G'day Pittsburgh Steeler fans, g'day Steeler Nation Australia, g'day Steeler Nation worldwide, g'day Steeler Nation universe. Jeez, that guy's still a loser. The real tight spot and Christian cunts, they go together. They go together like cheese and wine. G'day mate, how's it going? How are you?
It's going great, Mark. How are you today?
Yeah, good man. I'm I need to know your name. I don't know your fucking name. What is your name?
I've actually told you my name before when we were in.
Yeah?
When you were in my chat, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't think you have.
Well, I'm following your page on. We talked already via chat.
I don't remember
because I like the page with my real name. Remember?
Oh, I do, but I don't. I've had a few beverages. Let me guess. You talked to me yesterday. John.
Yeah.
That's not, is it John?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go.
Hey, Mark. Shout out to you, bro.
Let's go! 0-3, baby!
See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about...
I know you have to leave soon, but that's shit. You feel free. You can swear if you like. This is my podcast. This is the Steeler Nation Australia.
It's really frustrating.
Oh, I gave you an out there. No, it's interesting, mate. Like,
There you go. It's fucking shit.
yes! What's going on? look at this bloody bed hair. Are you joking? Holy dude, look at the bed hair, mate. Oh, this is ridiculous. What is happening with my life? God, that's bed and beanie hair. Holy dooly. All right. Okay. This is why we cheer our team on. It's called the Terrible Towel and the Black and Gold Steelers. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm pretty fired up now because I've been thinking, but I've been drinking. I've been looking at stuff. I haven't been drinking. Who got in the show? I haven't been live for a long time. Like, we're just doing a short little podcast today. So we'll figure this out. JJ, like Vegemite and Mad Max. No, I hate Vegemite. Mad Max is okay. G'day, JJ. G'day, Britsburg going. What's going on, Copper? Struth, mate. She'll be right. Devil's in the chat. What's going on, mate? Hello, Patricia and Travis. Yeah, fuck. Just, I woke up, did the old TJ Watt news today. That's kind of crazy. TJ Watt is apparently, there could be a chance that TJ Watt may be out maybe 5 or 6 weeks, would be around the Bucks game. I still think it's quite tough what's going to happen with him. G'day, Andrew. What's going on? How are you? Yeah, it's quite tough, right? I don't know. And Najee, yeah, I saw that tweet you did, Owen, man. So Najee Harris should be good to go from his Liz Frank injury, the foot injury. I'm watching the highlights now with Minkah Fitzpatrick just took the football all the way down the end zone for a pick 6. So, look, crazy things are happening. Yesterday was a wild ride. TJ Watt's out or was out. Hopefully he's okay. Najee Harris, hopefully he's okay. But yesterday was one of the craziest games I've ever seen in my life. I went through all the stages. I went from the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to smash them 17-6 to everything going on, and they're going to smash them 100%. They're going to win by 42-6 to then getting really nervous that the Bengals are coming back, and they started to come back, and I was like, man, oh man. And then the refs got involved, and I started to think, well, this has to be rigged because the refs were getting involved, and I'm like, this is definitely rigged for sure. I was like, man, the refs were throwing flags out left, right, and center, trying to get the Bengals back in the game. And then the Bengals got the punt block by Minkah. Once that was blocked, that was like, whoa, are we back on? It's now overtime. And the Bengals went down the field to get a field goal, missed a 29-yard field goal, right? They missed a 29-yard field goal. And then we went down the field with Boswell, and then we missed a 55-yarder. Then the Bengals went down the field again. Then I think it was Arthur Millette off the edge sacked Joe Burrow for a fumble. The other running back tried to advance a fumble. You can't do that. So when you couldn't advance a fumble, they went it was a fourth down. It was just absolutely over the shop. Punted it. Then Trubisky got the ball back in the poor offense, had a really poor offense, right? And we'll talk about this stuff. It got a good move to DJ, right, on the side. Then the Bengals were offside, free play, big pass to Frymouth, catch, which then set him up, for a field goal. Like I could, there was a stage yesterday, and I was talking to Owen about this, Pittsburgh Owen, where I was like, I just wanted the game to end because I was kind of over the emotional roller coaster. If you're not keen on theme parks, you got delivered into one by default because it was nuts. It was bloody nuts, man. If you guys got any questions at the moment, let me know what's going on. But we're going to break down a little stuff. We're going to break down some things. We'll have a look at why's my camera like that? Is it here? Yeah, hang on. Is that it? Or is it here? Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. Is it that one? Oh, okay. I'm on the wrong camera. My bad. I'm on this camera. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1. All right. So Andrew says it was a close one for yesterday. So close. Unbelievably close. Let me figure this out. I don't know why I'm on the wrong camera. Okay, why is that not in? Well, that will have to do. It's not working, is it? Hang on. Maybe that worked. Here we go. That's better. Now you can see my bed. Alrighty. So yeah, it was a crazy, crazy game yesterday. I went through the motions. I was like, well, we at times probably should have lost. There's probably 2 times we should have lost the game, and by that time I was kind of over it, right? But let's talk a little bit about the offense first, because I think we'll go through the negatives first, and then we'll go through the positives, and then we'll kind of end out the show. But for me, the negative so far has to be the injuries, of course, to Najee Harris and Watt. They're standout negatives. Other negatives are this offense is kind of terrible. It's kind of bad. What I saw with the reverses and stuff like that, they kind of work sometimes, but then most times they don't. The old flea flicker reverse was fantastic to see. Muth was wide open. That was a great pass, right? Other times with the Matt Canada offense, it feels like he's just it's like a playbook out of this universe. It's something different. You don't normally see it. It doesn't really work. Trubisky was trying to go deep to players, but they wasn't connecting. Like Boykin and those kind of guys just wasn't working out. I don't know. And then certain stages you're like, well, can you run the football? Can you run the football? Like when the Bengals had the chance to go 4th down into the red zone, I think we're winning 20-14. The Steelers had like 2 minutes left on the clock or a minute 56, and they only wasted like 15 seconds because Najee got the injury. He fell back on his leg. He hurt his leg. So we had a timeout. Then we threw the football and it was incomplete. And then we ran the football, I think, to Claypool for a reverse, which went nowhere. So, and you wasted only 1 timeout in like 15 seconds. You gave the football back. I thought the offense was quite poor overall. I thought the O-line played pretty well. Didn't allow any sacks. They gave Trubisky time. I thought Trubisky back there as well, he kind of like, in my opinion, just didn't feel comfortable. And yes, it's his first game back in the NFL for about a year. It's his first game in Pittsburgh. His first game, it could be his first game in Bengals territory. I don't know. But he didn't feel comfortable back there. You know what I'm saying? Didn't feel comfortable at all. And I kind of was like, I just wanted to see them run the football like Najee Harris or, Warren or guys like that. But they couldn't do that. They couldn't run the ball at all. So then it came down to, I think from memory, that the Bengals, including overtime, were on the field for 46 minutes. And that to me is crazy. That's far too long, right? So the offense couldn't move the sticks. The offense couldn't get first downs. They just couldn't get, couldn't do anything to like what offense needs to do. But some positive out of the offense, I did like what Frymouth was doing. There was a big pass as well to Gent. It's not all bad. There's a big pass to Gentry on the like the screen. That was awesome to see. Seeing the big fella in motion run down the sideline. There's also the touchdown to Najee Harris where they faked it off, and they faked it, and it was like a screen pass to Najee. That was fantastic, right? Some things were clicking, but coming into the second half, they didn't score any points. The offense scored no points, right? And the offense on the day only scored 7 points, and that was more or less off a turnover that put them in a good field position. Okay, they didn't really target this offense. Didn't target Pickens. This offense went to Claypool a few times, but you saw the one-handed catch from DJ as well. DJ Deontay Johnson was fantastic. Put his hand up there, but to me, the ball was overthrown and out of position of what Trubisky can do. Now, you got to give credit to the other side, right? Nothing is set in stone on paper. The Bengals defense played pretty well, in my opinion. To only allow us to have 20 points, that's pretty good. They played well. G'day, Simon. They played well for me, right? And their run defense was good too. The Pittsburgh Steelers could not run anything. So you have to give credit where credit is due. And now I was even saying this to Owen. I think it was Owen. I was having a conversation with Owen the other day. And I was like, in this kind of scenario, people like me, the content creators, whoever I am, whatever it is, right? It was Steelers Nation and media and fans and everyone. You can nitpick these things like I say, like the offense didn't really work and this, that, and that, and that. But at the end of the day, the 53 men that went out there, or the 46, however many it is, 46 men that went on the field, not including Mason Rudolph nor Kendrick Green because they didn't play, nor did Steven Sims, right? Those guys are going on the field. They're not really overly worried about what happened in the game. I think they can always improve on things. Like, Trubisky went down the field to win, to put him in the position to win, right? And that's a plus. So that is a huge plus for Trubisky to run down there and put Boswell in the position to hit a 54-yarder through the sticks. That's a plus, in my opinion, right? But it just felt like this offense didn't do too much. Now, it's only week 1, so I have to give them time. But I know as soon as the Steelers go into Heinz Field, Acrisure Stadium, that the moment that Trubisky struggles the same way he struggled in this game, and sure, he won, and they all got given game balls. Coach Tomlin gave every single new player game balls, but the moment that Trubisky struggles, the home crowd's got to be chanting Kenny, and that's another point. When does Kenny come in? Does Kenny come in on a short leash? Does he have 4 or 5 games to come in? Is it 2? When does he come in? I was overreacting yesterday quite a bit. I thought that the offense stunk, right? They really did. But it was a hard-fought game. I'm not giving them credit now. I'm not having like one day on, I've changed my mind. The offense stunk. They look bad. The Matt Canada system looks bad, right? Looks really bad. So let's see how this pans out, because if they play the same way on offense they did yesterday, they won't be able to get away with things like they did with the 7 sacks, 4 interceptions, 1 fumble, right? And you make a good point, Patricia. At least Mitch can make those plays. I agree with you 100%, right? I agree with you. So he didn't get sacked. He didn't make a turnover, although he almost threw the football over. So I guess to a certain degree, I'm living in my fears a little bit, because I'm like, I want to see like a, almost a picture perfect offense. But at the same time, in this game, right, you have 5 turnovers and you let it go to overtime. It was very reminiscent of the Steelers versus 49ers, when I think they had 4 turnovers and they lost that game. Very, very similar. Very similar. And to a certain point, you have to put points on the board. When you start to get the defense playing as hard as they were, and putting the offense in a position to win, you have to put the hammer down. And this is what happens. It's been happening in Mike Tomlin's team for a good 5 years. They don't do that. They let teams hang around, and they cause fans like me and you to have a heart attack. Because I literally gave up yesterday. I gave up, and I was like, man, I am done. I didn't care who won, because there were 3 times the game should have been over. Well, Boswell missed his field goal, but it hit the uprights, It was a classic, right? It was a classic. And I'm watching the big man Gentry run down the field now. Like I'm using the footage now to spark my memory, right? And it was fantastic to see. First and goal, and you had Najee going at 17-3, and then it was, 17-6 for halftime. But the offense did nothing. Nothing in the second half that made me think, well, this is a top-tier offense. This has to be, they got all the weapons, Pickens, Deontay, Claypool, all those dudes, all the weapons. However, you can't muster a drive to get more than the Arsenal man, 100%, dude. 100%. Check this guy out too. The Arsenal man. I don't know your first name. The Arsenal DB. Check out his channel as well on YouTube. 110%. But there's even a time I just saw a thing in there, right? They threw a pass to Claypool and it was away from his body. He overthrew Pickens. He just didn't seem comfortable out there. They didn't seem comfortable. Now I got a few questions here. Travis says, to be honest, the Steelers often looks like the Bears offense with Trubisky. Bears won games with strong defense. Just enough. Yeah, and I don't think we want just enough. For me, I want our Steelers to do, if you get 5 turnovers, I want to see 3 touchdowns out of that. I want to see at least out of 5, 21 points if you're in field position, right? Steve Irwin, JJ says Steve Irwin or King Charles. Mate, Steve Irwin, easy. Easy. All right. Steve Irwin, easy. One second. Yeah. So, craziest game I've ever seen in a very long time. Like a long, long time. But there's something that kind of like, and I'm going to get over it as we go on throughout the week. Like, I'm going to cheer him on the offense again. I'm going to cheer Trubisky on. I'm going to cheer our defense on with what's not playing, right? Like, it just felt funny that it was a win. However, it did feel like a loss because we lost TJ and the news with Najee Harris, he's got an injury. And the feeling of losing twice, well, that was crazy. Give me 1 second, guys, and we'll go into part 2. All right, refresh, got a bit of water. Let's talk about some more positives, though. Positive about the defense. And I'm going to bring up some ESPN stats because that's the easy way to cheat. All right. Steelers versus the old Bengals. By the way, yesterday's stream was fantastic, man. Like, it went for 4 hours. It was nuts. Like, I went through every single emotion I can ever think of. So I want to go through some stats because I think these will like paint a good picture. Right? If we go through some team stats, like the Steelers had 13 first downs, the Bengals had 32. That's crazy. That's way too many. And it's not really the defense fault because they had 32. They had 32 first downs because they're on the field so long. They're on the field for 43 minutes. Way too long, right? 5 turnovers is for the defense. Everything else is pretty similar. But if I go to the defense stats, because Joe Burrow was 33 for 53, way too many. 338 yards, 2 TDs, 4 interceptions, 7 sacks. A QBR of 42. And Mitch Trubisky's QBR was 48. So you look at that, right? Trubisky played pretty average. Now, if I go to Minka, let's start with Minka. Minka, first of all, had the pick 6, which was fantastic. Like, we had Cameron Hayward start the day off with the first snap of the 2022 Bengals season was Joe Burrow going down for a sack. And I guess his last snap for the 2021 season was him going down for a sack, right? Then the second snap of the season was Joe Burrow throwing a pick 6 to Minka Fitzpatrick, which was fantastic. So Minka had 14 tackles, 10 solo. I think it's combined. Yeah, 14 total, 10 solo, 1 pass deflection, 1 TD, right? And he had 1 pick, 31 yards, okay? Minka was all over the shop yesterday. He was running down the box, making tackles. He was pass deflecting balls. Oh my, do I have that? Bloody ad. Yeah, he was all over the shop, right? He was calling at the Bengals before the game, saying he didn't like any of them and he couldn't stand them. He made a big tackle on Joe Mixon. Oh, and by the way, I just watched the Joe Mixon tape today. What an absolute thug that bloke is. I saw that video, what he did to that woman. Terrible. Don't go. If you want to watch it, go watch it. But I wouldn't recommend watching it. It's bloody awful. He knocks this woman out clean, like at the college bar. Absolutely terrible. Anyways, Minka Fitzpatrick had a big day. Right, you move on to some other players, and we'll get around to some superstars. Miles Jack did pretty well. Devin Bush did well in the middle of the field. Right, sometimes they get burnt, but it happens. It's a football game. Miles Jack had 10 tackles. Highsmith had 9. Devin Bush had 5. Right, so the linebacking core played. Are you serious? I just turned it off. I got the ads playing in the background, man. I just turned that off, and like there's a ghost in here. Highsmith played pretty well too. Let me turn it off. He had 3 sacks. Like, that's unbelievable. This defense came to play. Highsmith had 9 tackles, 3 sacks, 2 tackles for a loss, and 4 QB hits. And one of the best things about what I saw with Highsmith is his new arrangement of moves. He had so many moves too. He had that like spin move around, like he bumps his shoulder, spins off, straight to the quarterback. You know, he looks like a freak out there, and we forget the Steelers fans forget about Highsmith because we have TJ Watt on the other side. So that's why this injury is so big as well. That's why this injury is so big. It's like, please come back healthy if you can. If he's out for 4 to 6 weeks or 7 weeks, I hope that's the case. If he's not out, if he is out, then they're going to have to rely on Malik Reed, who played pretty well yesterday, but he's no TJ Watt. But Highsmith played well. He tackled well. He was in the backfield. He was a disruption. He got three sacks, right? And if we move into as well the defensive line, we had Ogunjobi had 4 tackles. Cameron Hayward had 2. Tyson Lualu had 2, right? These fellas played awesome. And Cameron Hayward had, I think, 2 sacks? No, 1 sack. And he had a pick. He had 1 interception. Actually, on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who didn't have a pick? Put in the comments now. Try and refresh my memory who you think had a pick. Because I'll tell, I think it was Minka. I'll give you 3. It was Minka, Sutton, and Cameron Hayward. Who was the other one? Who was the other one who had a pick? Try and guess that. You guys should all know that. Right? Pat says, I wonder if we're seeing some Bryans. I hope so. I think we are, because he was sitting up in the box. All the linebackers were going after it. He's talking down to the field to Terrell Austin. I think Terrell Austin did a great job. I thought the secondary played really well. Levi Wallace and Witherspoon. He's the other one, by the way. He's the other pick. They had 4 interceptions. TJ Watt. Nah. No. I disagree, Matter. I disagree. Do you know why I disagree? Because we were meant to lose. We didn't choke, man. That's not our victory. Look at this. We were meant to lose. Remember that. The Pittsburgh Steelers were meant to lose. Y'all almost choked. Let's be honest. No. That's not how it works, right? Do you know how it works? Is the Pittsburgh Steelers were a terrible team on offense and a great team on defense. And the defense was out there for 43 minutes. The Bengals had this game in the pocket. You had this game. We didn't almost choke. The Bengals choked. That's factual, man. That's 100%, right? There was no pressure on the Steelers to win this game. Do you know why? Because of this. Because of those 10 analysts saying that the Bengals are going to win. There was zero pressure. Absolute zero pressure on the Steelers to win. Like, none at all. I get mad, dude. Don't you worry. I'm just saying. It's not you, man. It's other Bengal fans that come after me. I'm like the whole media, the whole NFL, whole Steelers. You should never look. You know what? I don't really blame the Bengals team. I blame the media. I blame the media, the media that pushes this narrative about one-sided teams is the problem, right? One-sided team is a problem because every man and their dog thought the Bengals were going to win, meaning the Steelers had no pressure. Now, we won the game, but it doesn't feel like a win because we lost TJ Watt and we have Najee banged up, right? And the offense looked poor. Mitch Trubisky and the offense looked poor, but it didn't feel like a win. To me, it still doesn't feel like a win. It really doesn't. We're 1-0, But not until I see this offense playing better, then it will feel like a win. And when I hear the TJ Watt news, and then I go I go through those motions and go, oh, TJ's out for 6 weeks or TJ's out for a year, then I'll think back and go, it's fine. We're all cool. Then I'll think about what can this team do? But I should just ride with the emotions too, because that was a crazy game yesterday. But we didn't almost choke. The Bengals choke. I'm sorry. You had 2 field goals. Minka came out of nowhere. The guy on the line, the tight end, he went to block out Sutton. He went to go block Sutton, and then Minka came through the middle and blocked that field goal. It was absolutely amazing. So this is the reason why I'm like, the Steelers, were a bad team and they escaped with a victory, right? That's the reason why. You should never, never do this. The media are like this. That's trap game material. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't know. Is that just like, we don't use that slang here in Australia? I guess that's like you came in their house and we took over. You know what I'm saying? But I like that. I like what Tomlin did. I like what Tomlin did with the Tomlin did. What are you talking about? Tomlin did bought everyone's shoes. I went and looked at that meaning. I was like, that's a great meaning. I was like, pretty much don't F with me attitude. Matter says the TE missed a block. Yeah, he went out. What? Okay. Why did he go right? He went right to the left. He went straight away to the left, right? There was 2 guys there. The inside guy, I think, should have taken over, picked up Minka, and the other bloke went out to get Sutton. Sutton was nowhere near the guy. Minka got a free lane to the kicker, blocked the field goal 2020. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the Bengals had this game, and it was like, well, you messed up. You won twice. Because in my mind, I thought you did win twice. You had the sticks. Next minute, had the sticks again. The Bengals kicker and that snapper, apparently there's a different snapper, right? And I get that, sure. 29-yard field goal is about 24 meters for me. So it's all kinds of crazy. So let's see what happens in week 10. But yeah, the key takeaways really for me is TJ Watt is out, and that is one of the biggest things. Is that close? Yeah, I don't know. Is that my slang? My slang's bad. TJ Watt is out, and that to me is like far out. Also, let's bring, sometimes the penalties too. I think Witherspoon was getting had holding. There was another penalty as well. Minka Fitzpatrick getting targeted for the shoulder barges. Like, that wasn't a penalty, man. It wasn't the snapper media so wrong about it. Yeah, I just think the media, man, overblew it. Like, you have all pros like TJ, Cameron Haywood, Miles Jack, Highsmith, these guys, and Minka Fitzpatrick, and you had them winning the game by 6.5 or 7.5. So, yeah. Trevor says you're a really good schedule coming up at the right time. You have a bang-up Pats team, Jones out. Yeah, apparently. Yo, Bills, man. Look, Bills going to be one of the hardest games. Bills, it looks like they look fantastic with Josh Allen. Those fellas over that way, Stephon Diggs, they look like the team to beat in 2022. The Bills game, if we verse the Bills like we did the Bengals will kill us. They'll absolutely kill us. So, banged up Pats team. Yeah, I think Jones is out. I think they're going to play Hoyer or the other dude, Zappi. What's his name? Bailey Zappi, the rookie. So, Pats, they're always a good team led by the GOAT that is Belichick, right? However, you're not playing your starting quarterback. And this is going to be a redemption game for the offense. Like, the offense played poor. So, we'll see what happens there. But Brian says Escaloosa, the number 1 form of public transport in Cincinnati. That's right? I've never been there. You know what's funny? I'll probably never go to. I doubt I will ever go to a Cincinnati game, nor will I ever go to a Browns or Ravens game. Because when I go to America, I'm more or less going to Pittsburgh to see their games. If you guys got any questions, let me know, and I'll field some questions like the media. What does Mike Tomlin say? Now for some questions. I'll field questions and then I'll call it a day. Anything. Anything you want. But I think, yes, it was a good win. It was a crazy win. It was a good win. I need to watch it again to really understand what's going on. I like the offense. I just thought Trubisky was just subpar, in my opinion. Nothing really excited me about Trubisky in this game. There wasn't anything truly special. Maybe the last drive got us in motion to what do you call it? They got us in motion to kick the field goal. Sure, right? He escaped from the pocket. He almost fumbled a football when it was running. I just saw a play then. He got the first down. He had the football behind his back. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's yeah. I just wish I saw more than what I did see with Trubisky. Like, this offense needs a spark. They need to a go-to guy. If it's Muth, make it Muth. If it's Pickens, make it Pickens. If it's DJ, someone needs to be the leadership of that offense. Right? We have a question from Matter, my good mate Matter. Which running back y'all gonna have the next game? Well, it's depending. It depends. So if Najee Harris is out, you got to go Warren. You know what? Let's talk about Warren for a little bit. If you guys go back and watch that game, Warren played fantastic. There was two key plays that he was off the ball where he wasn't actually holding the ball, and he made two key blocks. I think one was for Claypool and one was for Frymouth or something like that. Like, he was out in the sticks. He picked up a block and he took his man almost to the boundary. Warren plays with passion and integrity and excitement. He looks like a guy that wants to be out there 24/7. So look out for Warren, because they might start Warren. You never know. Depending how Najee's health is. Like, you can't keep making Najee banged up all the time. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep getting banged up. Now, Snell didn't play. Of course, you have McFarland as well. So McFarland's on the practice squad. Look, if you have to put, I don't know, if you put TJ Watt on injured reserve, then who's going to come up, right? Because he's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a month or maybe the year. So then who comes up? What person would then come up, right? That to me I don't know. But if they go and play, Najee could start if he's healthy, but he needs to be 100% healthy. But knowing the Steelers, they'll play him anyway. They'll play him when he's 80% healthy. It won't matter, right? But I didn't mind what I saw with Warren. Warren was out there blocking, playing good football, and also making tackles too. So I think it was cool. All right. Any more questions, guys? Then I know some people are coming in later, but I might call it because it's really hard to talk for 30 minutes. Really hard. Yeah, exactly too, man. 100%. What I saw with Warren yesterday, he was just playing physical football, doing what he needed to do. Block the man in front of you. And I don't play football. I just watch it, right? But block the man in front of you. But that running lane he made for Claypool was amazing. Was amazing to see. So, and Claude says, yeah, they don't know anything. Well, they don't. But the best graph. This is the best graphic all year. 130%. This is the best graphic I've seen all year. 25, 24, 28, 20, 27, 20, 31, 20. Who had the highest? 34, 27, Daniel Jeremiah. And the Steelers snuck out to win 23-20, and we are 1-0. So at the end of the day, when the Steelers get their stuff together, they have an understanding of the offense that can move the football, no drops, and start to move those chains, then this defense looks ready. This defense looks all pro caliber in week 1. Like, big time. They look ready, man. Cameron Hayward's out there. He looks ready. Even Trey Norwood stepped up to a certain degree too. There was a play that I saw where Trey Norwood went back in safety. Minka Fitzpatrick was back there too, and Terrell Edmonds went down to the box and started to be like that middle linebacker and tried to take care of that role, right? So wait until Kazi comes back. When Kazi's 100% and is eligible to come back, he's got a broken wrist, so hopefully he can come back. The secondary played so well, like dead set played so well. Oh, and I agree with you, Brian Brown. He needs to get it together. You're exactly right. This defense is too good to waste. This defense, even I didn't mention Ogunjobi. Ogunjobi played a hell of a game yesterday. Tyson Alulu had a good game. They were all fired up. They all knew their assignments. They all knew what to do. And they held the opposition to 6 for a very long time. And then what's going to happen when you give the Bengals too much possession and those 3 receivers, Joe Burrow and company, you give them too much time and they came back into this game. They came back into this game. It was 2020 and it should never have been. It should never have been 2020. Dead set, should never have been 2020. It should have been 27-6. It should have been 23-6, 26-6. It should have been 35-6, whatever, or 35-10. It should have been a bigger margin than what it was. Dead set. And the defense can't do everything. Even to a certain extent, Jameer Jones played okay on the edge too. Malik Reed played pretty good on defense, right? I didn't see too many holes. Sure, I saw Mixon went for 40 yards, right? There were some big plays. They couldn't stop not AJ Green, Jamar Chase, but he's a number 1 receiver. He's Jamar Chase, the rookie from last year. He's absolutely killing it, all right? They couldn't stop everyone, but they did do their best. And what their best was the 4 picks, the 7 sacks, and the 2 fumbles. If I were to tell you before the game, if the Steelers are going to get 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles, I think 1 recovered, or maybe 2 recovered, right? Yeah, 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles, because Cameron Hayward had a fumble recovery. Unbelievable. Wait, no, Sutton, TJ Watt, Witherspoon, Minka had picks. Cameron Hayward, his pick was a fumble. If I were to tell you you had 7 sacks, 4 interceptions, 2 fumbles, you have to win the game. And they did win the game but it came down to the last 4 seconds. And that's why I know like a lot of fans like me feel uneasy because you had all that damage and it took you to the last 3 seconds to end the game on the money leg that is Chris the Wizard of Boz. Woof. All right. One more question and I'm out of here. You think they use Claypool more in the running game like Debo? Claypool's a big guy, man, but I don't think he's fast enough to get around the edge. A lot of times you saw that reverse play, he just can't get around the edge. Like I don't want to see it all the time. I'm not a big fan of seeing Claypool around, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that reverse too much, and I'm not a big fan of also that shuffle pass in the middle. Yeah, that's true. He got beat a lot, man. I don't know his name, but Highsmith was killing him. Absolutely killed him. Could TJ Watt beat a kangaroo in kickboxing? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. I'd say yes. Why not? On that note, guys, we're going to end it. TJ Watt, man. Prayers. Everyone think about TJ Watt. Prayers to him. And even Najee Harris. Because we need him. The Steelers need TJ Watt. This year, they need TJ Watt more than ever. Like, this defense is too good to waste, like you said. Who said that? Sorry, was it Brian Brown? Too good to waste, man. This defense is too good to waste. And TJ Watt is something else. So we definitely need that. I don't know if you guys agree, but I still feel like, g'day, Brandy. I still feel so uneasy with this win. I really do. Steelers are 1-0, but it's like 1 and what? It took us to overtime to get the 3-point victory with a 54-yarder from Boswell. The game was crazy. Man, I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I'll be doing more content throughout the week. I'll be doing more content also on Pittsburgh Steelers Syndicate. Of course, you'll see me around too on Behind This All Curtain. You guys are all amazing. Brandy, Brian, JJ, Matter. We're good mates, Matter. We're good mates. I'll see you in week 10. I know you're just joking. Pepper's in here. J Devil's in here. Patricia Claude. Where are we going? Matter again. Travis was in here. The Arsenal DB, check out his stuff too. Edwin was in here. Man, you guys are cool as. You guys are all in it. Simon was in here. Everyone's in here. The thing is, and I get that. I know. I get it. It's a win. But it didn't feel like a win. It felt like 2 losses. It's the first time that I've actually felt like watched the game and thought, we won the game, but we kind of lost at the same time. Holy dooly. Travis is here too. You guys are all here. You guys are champions. All right, I'm going to start the rest of my day and chill out. But yeah, thoughts to TJ Watt, man, because woof, I want to see something. I just hope it's 4 weeks, 7 weeks. And then you can play the rest of the season, and then we're all sweet. Anyways, guys, thank you for checking out Still in Australia. You guys are always awesome, as always. So I'll see you later.
Hey, Mark. Shout out to you, bro.
Let's go! 0-3, baby!
See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about